What's up, guys? Okay, so we're back for another one. Last time I left you with like my chaos with the Florida thing and the roommate and the breaking me up and so on and whatever. And as I said in the last one, this roommate, even though I loved her dearly, we had a bit of a falling out. She does not want to be involved with this. And that's totally fine. I respect it. So, I'm gonna give you a highlight reel of some of my favorite moments of nonsense that happened in the time that we lived together. I'm sorry, I'm a little disheveled. She's feeling a little rough today. I just got off work and came home to do this because I need to, because I love it. So, it's cheaper than therapy, right? So, this isn't gonna be tidy and it's not gonna be linear by any stretch of the imagination. It's gonna be these few moments that made this era kind of unforgettable for me. Blah, 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 here we go. So, bing, bang, boom. Moments with my old bestie. Ooh, okay. Okay. Where do I begin? So we used to dance a lot, all right? So we used to dance a lot. She had taken me out. I bought my first pair of high heels with her. I learned how to be like a chick. I don't know, such a tomboy. I still am very much a tomboy. But she taught me how to sit in my femininity, even though I'm still not really great at it. And we went dancing a lot. Whenever we would get ready to go dancing, we would always pregame because we were minors. So we were shooting Cuervo and drinking Captain Cokes. She would always get us to the club while I drank on the way. Then we would drink in the parking lot because I had a higher tolerance than her. And then we would go into the club and we would dance our asses off. She would stay drunk after the pregame in the parking lot, and I would sweat out most of my booze, so at least in my brain I thought I was sober. So, sober enough to get us home. Luckily that always worked out. So yeah, so a lot of it kind of starts or stops or is somewhere involved with the club, specifically when Paris Hilton opened a nightclub, and when we went to that a lot. I mean, it's 2005. So of course we did. One of the times we ended up going home with roommates, they happened to live about 45 minutes to an hour away from the city over by the beach. We had left and we had gone to party with them and hook up mainly that was the goal, but we took her car because that was what we did. We go over to these two dudes' house. They were also roommates and we're trying to hook up. I was banging this dude and he made a comment about how when we were done, we should switch and he should then get my roommate and then I would go fuck his roommate. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, what do I look like? I'm not a whore. What are you talking about? And he's like, well, I've only known you for a couple hours and I'm inside you. So, are you not? And I don't even know what got into me because still to this day, the only person I've ever hit in my life. But I just welled up and punched him right in the nose, punched him right in the face. So I like to think I broke his nose just because fuck that guy. So the only time I've ever hit someone, I hit them in the face while they were inside of me. So that's kind of fun. That's a fun little tidbit. Next one would probably be when we were about to go out and we were both kind of in a mood. And she was just like, I just want something different. I just want to do something different. So she's like, I want to get my nipples pierced. And I'm like, okay, bet. I'll go with you. Sounds cool. So I then decided that I was going to get my clit pierced as well. Because, why not? Why the fuck not? So with her to piercing parlor and this guy who pierced me, I think his name was Bear. I don't know, bygones. It doesn't matter. Anyway, got a piercing. So we get these piercings, but it's not going to stop us from going to the club. I'm like, hey, can we go dancing tonight? And it's like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, okay, cool. So we go to the club. I get off the table and I'm like, take a couple steps. I was like, oh shit, I see the purpose. I might pick up jogging. This is nice. This is really nice. I did not pick up jogging, and it was only nice for a little bit because the whole goal was kind of like, guys are idiots, right? They can't find that shit. I mean, when they can, but like when you're 19, no one fucking can. If they can, it's like, a diamond in the rough or a diamond in the bush. I don't know, but it's a diamond in something and it doesn't happen very fucking often. So I figured, why not put a bullseye on that bitch, right? Let's go. So we go out to the club afterwards. We're dancing, we're having a good time. And he like, you know, it's 2005, so that you're always like grinding on on some dude's thigh for whatever fucking reason. And I was avoiding thigh grinding, obviously, because I had a very sensitive piercing that I just got. So nothing happened in the club. Obviously did not hook up with anybody that night because like, no, open wound, we're not doing that. But the little tie into that was after this had happened and I had done this and got this piercing or whatever, we had gone up to Virginia for my sister's 21st birthday. And my sister, love her, she's incredible, but we are definitely different people. And so it's her 21st birthday and people are ordering her drinks and she's giving them to my 19-year-old ass because she doesn't drink at the time. She doesn't want to. It's like she's not into it. We were in a chain restaurant and there was a long table that had like her friends and then some like family and group friends, whatever it was. And sitting across from my mom and my dad, and I'm in a mood. Like I was not the best version of myself at this time. I had just dropped a bunch of weight and I didn't just sit into like confidence. I sat into like, I feel so good about myself, I'm gonna be an asshole. Because I thought my shit didn't stink like you do when you're 19 years old. So I'm gonna twist my hair because this little back part that won't go on my pony is driving me bonkers. So I'm just like, okay, talking. Dad sees that I have new tattoos. Because at that time, I was getting tattooed pretty rapidly. Because once you start, right, it's just, you just keep going. So I was getting tattooed pretty rapidly. And Dad's like, oh, is that a new tattoo? I'm like, yeah, I got a few of them. What? He's like, oh, is there anything else you want to tell me about? And I'm like, yeah, Dad, all you've been talking about this joke about a little boy and a little girl. I'm going to ruin this joke. It's not even going to be a joke, but it's something about like they're walking to school and they have new bikes and it's like, oh, well, mine's a 5-speed. Oh, mine's a 10-speed. And back and forth, back and forth. And it goes into basically being this little boy getting frustrated with this girl always one-upping him. And so then the punchline of the joke is he pulls down his pants and he goes, well, I've got one of these. So she pulls down her pants and says, well, I've got one of these. And with one of these, I can get as many of those as I want. And so it was constantly in a house of, you are a woman, you have power. So me being the asshole that I was in that scenario, I told my father in front of a group of people at a dinner table that he had always been talking about the power of the pee, so I decided to give my power a crown. And that was great. That was a great family affair. I'm not super proud of myself, but it was kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Anywho, so yeah, so there's the piercing debacle. So what's next? What's next? There was another time when we were down in the Keys and we were day drinking and partying like we, you know, per usual. And she had fallen up the stairs, which was, you know, pretty standard. We were clumsy ladies. She had bonked her head really hard. She split her eyebrow open. And it was hilarious. She's like, I'm like trying to find her. I'm like, where is she? Because I just feel like, like whimpering, like where's it going from? And there's these steps that are like this. It's like an A-frame step, and so I'm trying to find her, and I'm looking all over the property, can't find her. So I go up the side of the steps, and to look over and look down the other side of the steps, and then I see her just sprawled out on the downside, like going out the side of the steps, just bleeding from her face. It's just like, oh, and she's just like, oh. She looks thrilled. Didn't seem like it was phasing her at all. So we got her upstairs, put her in the shower, took this really epic photo of her, blood dripping down. I wish I still had it. Saved your pictures, man. This was before smartphones, so it was not as easy. It was just disposable. So I'm hoping she still has that copy because it was a really good one. So we are dealing with this. She is absolutely concussed. She is bleeding from the head. Get her in the shower, wash off this blood. I'm like, do not go to sleep. Do not go to sleep. You can't go to sleep, you have a concussion. But of course, we're still just drinking, and so we eventually both just pass out. And then we wake up. She still has an open wound, still like bleeding. So we end up hopping in the car and like, let's go party. Let's go down to DeVol Street, whatever. So we drive the long drive that it takes us to get down there. So we go down there and we park. We walk. We are on DeVol Street for all of like 2 fucking seconds before this dude comes up and it's like, blah, 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 I'm like to touch this, blah, 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 whatever. Shows us his Prince Albert for absolutely no reason. I'm trying to get her to the convenience store because I'm trying to buy super glue so I can like fuse his eyebrow back together so we can party. And so we just super glued it and just kept it rolling like you do. Not happy about that scar. She wasn't for the longest. I hope it's not something that bothers her now because I think it was cute. Let's see, what else can we do to roll through this? I feel like I'm spitfiring these really fast at you guys. I know it's a lot and it's kind of all over the place, but once we get past these awkward chapters and once I get divorced, we are in it to win it. And then everything just gets way more fun. I promise. But we have to honor the parts that got us there, right? So I think probably the last one, maybe? Just because, like I said, I feel kind of icky talking about this. There's just so much. There was so much. I love her. Anyway, I digress. I think probably one of my favorites is for sure when we had met these guys in the parking lot. I think we were leaving like Universal Orlando, like the big ass night clubby thing that used to be a big deal back in the early 2000s, and bumped into these guys in the parking lot. We always be bumping into these dudes in the parking lot. Bumped into these dudes in the parking lot. Ended up going back to their place, and I'm hanging out with this guy. We're having a good time. We are making out. We are messing around. And I put my hand down his pants. And it's a micro penis situation. And like, no shame, guys. No shame. Just didn't know how to handle it at the time. So I didn't want this guy to feel bad about something that he has zero fucking control over. So I didn't want him to feel bad about it. So I was like, oh yeah, so I'm making out. I give him like the courtesy, like 2-minute handy, or like fingy. Not even a handy. It was more like a fingy. So like give him like the courtesy 2-minute little like finger job. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and freshen up before this gets any further. So I go to the bathroom and I stay in there for a couple minutes. And I come out and I faked a period. It's like, man, I am so sorry, but I just got my period. And he's like, oh no, it's totally fine then. I don't care. It's cool. I was like, oh my God, that is so great. I really appreciate the fact that you don't care. This is the first time that I'm hooking up with you and it just would make me uncomfortable. So like, I'd rather not. Like, I'm so sorry. And so it's like, I'm gonna get dressed. This is so embarrassing. So I fake a period to not fuck a teeny peen. And then I get my clothes on and I go to leave. And I'm like, where is she? So I'm like, hey girl, where are you? And then like, here she is, like pops down up from the other side of the couch. I guess she never made it to a bedroom. She was just on the floor like a champion. And just pops out. It's like, what? And I'm like, oh, we gotta go. And she's like, oh, yeah, no problem. She just hops off this dude, doesn't ask any questions, ride or die, fucking bitch, I love her. She just hops off this dude, no questions. She's like, let me grab my burger. We get in the car, I'm like, girl. She's like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, man, everything's fine. I was like, it's just on a micro. I didn't even know what to do with it. At the time, I didn't know they made dicks that small. Bro. I was like, dude. She's like, oh my God, his roommate too. And I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Why'd you fuck him? And she's like, I felt bad. And I was like, oh my God, I did too. I faked a period. And she's like, that totally checks out. So then we, went to Denny's or whatever and had some pancakes and went home alone. All in all, it was a successful evening. These are literally just blips and hiccups and things, but they were all silly little building blocks to what eventually turned into this like wild debaucherous life that I've led. And even though this is like, I'm super pumped about this episode. I don't feel super confident in it right now, but that's totally fine because they're not all gonna be fucking winners. But I'm gonna keep going because I know it gets more interesting. I just want to honor her in some way, shape, or form. I'll close out with saying that I fucked up. I was an irresponsible twat, and I did not know what I was doing. I was in and out of jobs, and I was learning how to bartend, and I was so consumed with the crushes that I had on people and just letting these random hookups and these men kind of like rule. I just wanted to be loved so bad, I think. It's like I was looking for it in the wrong places because she loved me the entire time. And I didn't give her the respect that deserved because I was looking for the same thing from a man when I should have been looking for it in the friendship that I had with her. And so when everything kind of hit the fan, and it did hard, I lost my job, I had no money, her parents were covering my rent, and I promised her when we moved in that was never gonna fucking happen because it had happened to her so many times before. And I broke that promise. And then on my last night there, in our apartment, before my father had to come down and pick me up because my car had broken down, I had no money, everything was fucked, and he came down to pick me up to move me back to Virginia. And when he came down to get me, I should have been spending that last night with her. And I wasn't. I was with strangers doing cocaine and acting like a fucking asshole because I didn't know how to process my feelings. And she deserved better than that. She deserved a lot better than that. Because she was there for me the whole fucking time. And when she needed me to say bye to her, when she needed me to love her, I fucking dropped the ball. And she knows who she is. And I hope... Fine, I'm fucking sorry. I am deeply fucking sorry. You were awesome. And I think you know as well as I do that there are so many better stories and so many more stories than this. And sorry for everyone who is not involved that I just spitfired through them. But it is kind of a touchy subject. And I was hoping that I could collaborate with her to refresh these memories a little bit, with me at least giving you guys a little taste of what that year and a half I was with her in that chapter. And yeah, so I got picked up and moved back to Virginia, and it was absolutely devastating and a big defeat for me. It was in October, or September, October. I was 20, and it's also going to introduce a new person who I still to this day love very dearly, and is very special to me. And it's also going to talk about the fact that I married a man that I only knew for 10 fucking weeks. Because talk about wanting to be loved. And yeah, once we get that out of the way with the next one, then the real fun starts. So if you have stuck around so far, the chaos hasn't even begun yet. And it gets so much more fun. So I am going to wrap up. I know this one was crazy. Like I said, I just got off work and I'm feeling a little crazy. I'm feeling a little unhinged. And I'm also feeling like it's time to go to bed because I had a wedding to go to this weekend. This is a big weekend. And it's my people from Austin. I moved to Austin with that husband. And so that chapter hasn't even come up yet. I will be talking to these people at this wedding. And we're going to have some new stories. It's going to be super fun. We're going to recant. I love. So I guess that's it for today. In case no one's told you lately, it is totally okay to miss people that don't want to talk to you anymore. And that's it. I'll see you next Tuesday.